Hey, Capel ISD. My name is Ashley Hernandez, and I teach third grade in Red House at Canyon Ranch Elementary.
And my name is Stephen Danby. I teach 6th grade social studies at Coppell Middle School East and a leadership elective course called Building Young Leaders.
The theme for this year's virtual convocation is Stronger Together. So Stephen and I decided to join forces to show just how much better things can be when we partner up and work as a team.
Plus, Ashley wrote all of this, so I didn't have to do hardly any work. Perfect.
As we all know, last year had its share of challenges, but without a doubt, there was one event that affected us all.
The world was, quite literally, infected by a new viral sensation, TikTok.
Hey, so you back, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Hacking, stupid, what's happening? What's happening? I'm a savage.
In all seriousness, we know that last school year was a difficult one, and we all had to band together in the blink of an eye to do what was best for our kids.
Whether we're together on a Zoom call, collaborating through social media, or are miles apart building lessons in our pajamas, Coppell ISD is home to us all.
For me, I knew CISD was my home when I attended my first convocation ever at Irving Bible Church. At the time, I was a student teacher at Valley Ranch Elementary, and I heard the District Teacher of the Year, Jody Deinhammer, give her speech. The year after that, I heard Lori Vincenzo speak. Little do they know that I still carry their words with me today. You see, even then, years before we had officially written down CISD's core values, relationships were at the center of everything. Lori spoke about grieving the loss of a student at a funeral, feeling all alone until she looked up and realized she was not alone at all. She was surrounded by kids from her kindergarten class, now all grown up, sitting together and comforting her. It was a moment where she realized just how far her impact on others had truly reached. Jody spoke of a teacher who made an impact on her in a different way, one that inspired her to be a better teacher for her kids. I felt drawn to her story because I too had difficult experiences in school rather than the positive experiences. I was inspired and reminded to pay attention, to slow down, and to truly get to know each of my learners so that they never feel like just another kid passing along through school unnoticed. I can make sure that they know they matter. We all can.
For me, I knew CISD was my home when I met my 2nd grade teacher at Mockingbird Elementary, Mrs. Lever. As one of 5 brothers, I was always seeking attention in the classroom because I couldn't always get attention at home. Mrs. Lever definitely noticed my behavior, but instead of becoming overly strict with me, she took time to get to know me, and we actually came up with a deal. If I could follow all classroom expectations and give my best effort throughout the day, with about 3 minutes left before the final bell rang, she would let me stand in front of the entire class and deliver one joke. I remember how special this made me feel. Instead of feeling like a misfit or a problem student, she made me feel special. She made me feel like I was the host of my very own talk show at the end of each day. Mrs. Lever changed my life that year by showing me the value of determination and dedication, but also of love and understanding. It's going to look different, it's going to look strange and unfamiliar, but my hope for this year is that each and every one of us in Coppell ISD can be the Mrs. Lever for at least one student and change their lives for the better. As we gear up for another year that is sure to be filled with flexibility and change, we know that there are going to be a lot of things that happen that are outside our sphere of influence, but there's something we can always control, and that's our attitude and our response.
We can control our response, especially in front of our kids.
As Ashley and I searched for a big takeaway message from our speech, we came across a quote you might be familiar with from Haim Ganat.
I've come to a frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element in the classroom. It's my personal approach that creates the climate. It's my daily mood that makes the weather.
As a teacher, I possess a tremendous power to make a child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or heal.
In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated, and a child humanized or dehumanized.
We've all had to be strong on those days when our own personal lives are in utter chaos, but we have to show up for kids. We have to put on that smiling face and that friendly attitude.
Luckily for us, today's message is not about how we have to be strong on our own.
It's about being stronger together.
We have each other.
Our kids are stronger, and we become stronger teachers when we invest in each other.
Invest time in your learners, in your coworkers, and in your families.
Because just as much as our students matter, so do you.
So lean on each other, reach out for help when you need it, and don't be shy about sharing your great ideas with others, especially as we learn to navigate this new world together.